If you're a regular to the channel, you know I'm a big fan of the Skull Shaver Pitbull Gold Pro head shaver, even though, as I mentioned in other videos, I do have a few issues with it. But I can easily overlook those issues solely on its performance and comfort of use alone. And yes, I have tried out other popular head shavers of this type. For those that are new to the channel, you can check out the videos up here. But anyways, if you own one of these or you're thinking about picking one up, eventually you're going to need replacement blades, and that's what this video is all about. Skull Shaver recommends that you replace your blades every 3 to 6 months, but I went a whole lot longer with the original blades that came with my head shaver, so I was well overdue. So I went online and ordered all 3 of the 4-blade replacement cartridges that Skull Shaver offers. They do offer a 5-blade replacement cartridge, but I didn't pick that one up, and I'll explain why in a minute. So in this video, I'll be letting you guys know which one of the 4-blade replacement cartridges do I think cuts the best. I'll also be going over a few specs of all 3, but more importantly, I'll be letting you guys know my thoughts on if you should go with the least expensive replacement cartridge over the other 2 more expensive ones, because there is a $10 difference between all 3 and they're not cheap. So let's open them up and try them out. So I'm starting off with about 3 to 4 days worth of hair growth, and that's about the max you want to be working with, because any longer than that and the blade might start to get caught up. So we're starting off with the least expensive Carver Pro, which comes in at $24.99. and has 2 cutting rings, flat foil mesh, and Skull Shaver claims it to be the best for coarse hair. The feel of the Carver blade feels less aggressive than the Forte blade from what I remember, but like I said, I never changed out my original blade, so we'll see if there's a big difference once I snap on a new Forte blade. Now onto the Forte blade, which is Skull Shaver's mid-price replacement cartridge and comes in at $34.99. And this one also has 2 cutting rings, but this time it has a beveled foil mesh, and Skull Shaver says this blade is best for most people. Okay, now I know I was definitely in need of a new Forte blade, because this feels a lot smoother than the last time I used my old blade. But comparing this to the least expensive Carver blade, I do feel a difference, but not much. And lastly, and the most costly, we have the Baron Pro at $44.99. And at that price, you get an extra cutting ring as opposed to the other 2 that only have 2 cutting rings. But anyways, you get 3 cutting rings, and this time an S foil mesh, and Skull Shaver claims this blade to be the best for people with sensitive skin. And this is the replacement blade that I'm most curious about, because this blade doesn't come with any of the Pitbull head shavers, with the Platinum and Gold both coming with the Forte blade, and the least expensive Pitbull Silver coming with the least expensive Carver Pro blade. Now with this blade, I do feel a big difference from the other 2, but that makes sense because this is made for people with sensitive skin. It feels a lot less aggressive than the other 2, but it still gets your hair down to the same length as the other 2. So just to let you guys know, this is not a sponsored video, and all the items you see in this video were purchased from Skull Shaver at full price. So if you're thinking about picking up a head shaver or a replacement blade, click on the links in the description down below. It'll help out the channel. So after trying all 3 of the 4-blade replacement cartridges from Skull Shaver, I do believe that what you pay for a replacement blade does make a difference. So real quick, the reason I went with the 4-blade cartridge over the 5 is because the 4-blade cartridge has more pivot points, so in my opinion, gives you a more comfortable shave. And 2, the 4-blade is by far easier to give a thorough cleaning to. With you being able to detach the blades from the cartridge and having access to those internals so you can give them a thorough cleaning and then just snapping it back in with the 5-blade, there really is no easy way to do this without potentially damaging the cartridge. So now I'm gonna let you guys know which one of these 4-blade replacement cartridges do I think cuts the best. So starting off with the least expensive Carver Pro. In my experience, the Carver Pro felt very similar to the Forte Pro, but it seemed like I had to make more passes with the Carver Pro to get the same results as the Forte Pro. Now when it comes to the highest price Baron Pro, it just didn't feel aggressive enough for me. And that makes sense because it's made for people with sensitive skin. I don't have sensitive skin, so I don't see myself using this replacement blade. But I do see how somebody with sensitive skin would benefit from picking this one up. So for my money, I'm staying right in the middle with the Forte Pro. So again, if you don't own a Pitbull and you're really thinking about picking one up, the Pitbull Platinum and Gold both come with the Forte blade. So if you need the Baron blade for sensitive skin, or you want the Carver blade for whatever reason, you're gonna have to order those separately, unless you go with the lowest model, Pitbull Silver, which comes with the Carver blade. And like I said, all the links will be in the description down below. And as always, I hope this video helped you out. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you soon.